afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
I had that little pop up for a second, just make sure the little microphone was on.
That's right, Q-Dog in the house, too.
Q-Dog in the house.
Good afternoon, Acadiana.
Hey, the mic's up. All right.
Where we at, Q-Dog?
I like that. Hey.
There he is.
What up? I like it. Hey, guys, we're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live from the Rumble platform, rumble.com. Go to Rumble. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. We're also live. Oh, nope, sorry. We're rebroadcasting on the KLFY Plus channel, and we certainly appreciate those viewing audience as well. All righty.
You want to start with that breaking news I was telling you about?
Yeah, I was going to set it up.
My bad.
We have our friend from Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, something in the water in Pennsylvania, at least with Democrats. They tend to reach across the aisle, at least, more than others, I think. So, John Fetterman, Senator Fetterman, a friend of the Republican Party.
I'd say so. There's not much denying that one.
Friend it doesn't mean we agree all the time. I don't want his Democrat base to get mad at him. You know?
I'm friends with Democrats.
It's all right. It's okay. But anyway, you have some breaking news. Please tell me and the audience, because I have not heard this.
He had a little bit of a ventricular something or other with his heart, which caused him to get a little spell, and he fell while he was out for a walk this morning in Pennsylvania and busted his face, landed on his face.
Oh.
And, he did come back and say, if you thought my face was bad before, it's real bad now. He did say that, but he's doing all right. They took him into the hospital for observation.
All right. Well, keep the good senator in your prayers. Man, that sucks. But
yeah.
happy's
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay.
We needed support.
Man, look. But hey, that's all right though. All right, let's go to the shutdown that is no more.
Yay.
All right.
Boy.
Adam Pack has a good article on the Daily Caller. But first, Bandit, you were close. That's real Shad beat you. What's up? I like it. And Bandit, $125 million to New Orleans for a bailout. Got to be kidding me. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so Daily Caller's Adam Pack writes a pretty good little article. He's reporting on this shutdown, which we now know is the longest in American history. All right. Well, it's finally ended. More than 6 weeks. Isn't that crazy? That's just nuts. President Trump signed the spending measure last night, reopening the government through the end of January of 2026 and sending federal workers back on payroll. The shutdown disrupted air travel, as we know. It strained supply chains for a little bit. Strained food aid programs for sure. I'll take that back on the supply chains. Delayed health services. I think that's fair to say. I'm trying to humanize this because we tend to politicize things and put things in a non-human way. But this affects people, Put hundreds of thousands of people in limbo. I think I might be low on the number. I'm just saying, But Democrats triggered it to force political leverage. They admitted it. That's what Chuck Schumer said. It's leverage. I'm not making this up. Trump ended it with a signature in the Oval Office, surrounded by loved ones. Surrounded by... All right, so the new funding measure, again, spans through the end of January. It sets up another spending fight early next year that we know we're going to have. All right, so how long are they going to go in January? What do y'all think? Is it 42? You think they're going to meet 42?
Well,
this thing's shutting down again.
It's midterms next year, so, it...
See, I think real quick, that the little guy is... I think the Democrat leadership and the elites, even in the Republicans, the rhinos, I think they fear something right now. And what they fear is the little guy might be paying attention. See, it's so easy for them and the elites to keep the little guy down, give him a little bit of sugar, You know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of crack. You know, keep them down. That's what a crack dealer does. Crack dealer ain't gonna give you all the good stuff the first time. What's wrong with you?
Man.
You gotta get them hooked. Yeah, and then give them no way out. That's what the government does. That's why they're crack dealers. What?
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't create that craziness. I tried to do my part to get rid of it. A little bit.
Yeah, you did.
Bit. But anyway, I think they're yeah, man, you helped. So look, I think they fear that the little guy's kind of starting to realize, like, man, you know that Democrat Party? They say they're fighting for us, but they're screwing us. And they can say what they want, but they're the ones that are voting against a bill that would restore the things that I need. And you're the guys telling me that they're the ones telling me that they don't want me to have those things, but they just passed a bill, and you spent 42 days saying I shouldn't have my benefits so that non-Americans could have some benefits. And I think the elite right now fears that people are educated more than they would like. And you made it easy because you hit them where it hurts. You hit them where they feel it. And you couldn't run. You couldn't run from your shameful ways on this one. It was very clear. And the Republicans, I give my party great credit, the leadership, Speaker Johnson in particular, for holding the line. And we're going to talk more about that. I'm kind of getting past my notes here. But for holding the line when that's not always easy to do. I mean, the guy doesn't have the strongest of majorities. I mean, MTG going on The View threatens his entire policy agenda. One vote could throw him off. That's why I never understood why Louisiana Republicans would openly and voluntarily, because they were not forced. No. I don't understand why we would voluntarily give the Democrats in Washington another seat. These are things that we, the people, just don't understand. And I think, so I hit on Democrats. I'm going to hit on our own establishment in Louisiana. That's sick. And look, there's always a cabal. I mean, there's always people in charge, okay? But you expect the people in charge that say they replicate for sure, but represent the values of the people that got them there. It's reasonable if that's the majority and they match, it's reasonable for us. It is reasonable for us to expect you to do what you say you were going to do. All right? Now, we'll get back to this shutdown when we get back. We'll take us a tiny little break. Don't you go anywhere, and let me see you on Rumble. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. You can also go to my X page at Josh Guillory USA. Very original, I get it. We want even more original? Are we broadcasting on my Facebook page?
We are broadcasting on the Josh Guillory Show Facebook page.
Okay, got it. All right, there you go. All our socials, all the things. Okay. So let's go back to this, to the situation here that we're talking about, which is the 42-day shutdown, okay? So the new funding measure that was signed by President Trump in the Oval Office last night, again, it's not the silver bullet. We're going to be doing this again, but it will look different. Good point over there. Midterms may make that fight look a little different. And the American folks, that little guy I was telling you about, the regular old, and actually not the regular Joe. I'm talking about the folks that need the benefits, okay, that have come to rely on it. Those guys, they're starting to feel it. I don't know if they fight. Man, you'll have a few, but they would be very foolish if they took that as a national position because, my goodness. All right, but anyway, kudos to where credit is due. It does span through January. It does set up another spending fight. We're going to see this again, but it will look different. Now, agencies in the bill must immediately process back pay. Now, here's the deal. What I read from this little article is it's for all essential employees, okay? I didn't see anything about let me finish here. So, and it's specifically, but expressly says for essential employees who worked without compensation. So they had to have been working, of course. Furloughed, however. Furloughed federal workers are ordered to return to their offices as departments resume normal operations. So that is the only clarifying point I got from this one article. Just I'm giving you what I got. And then I'll give you my thoughts. So now this is worth noting because I always, our antennas should go up when we hear certain things like independent economic analysis. Whatever that means.
That was a moneymaker for somebody.
What? Well, those guys and gals estimate that the shutdown inflicted billions of dollars in national economic losses. I don't know about that. I think we saved a lot of money, and I think we could save even more if we codified, at minimum, the expenditures appropriated to any agency we did not know, that we did not feel. That's what. Now, I know another measure that we can at least, and Kill Switch, I see you understand what I'm talking about on this. I know another measure where we can save some money, okay?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Yep.
See, there's this senator.
Oh.
Her name's Joni Ernst. Do y'all know that she found $2.1 trillion? Someone has to be sending my clips to her. Come on, Senator. You could call in.
I thought about it.
We should.
You should tweet her, at her.
Because here's the deal. I'm her biggest cheerleader right now because I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. She may have thought, or maybe her staffers, she's busy, she's in Iowa, and they got important things over there. Maybe her staffers really did believe you couldn't drop a bill until the shutdown was open. Now, there were two bills she dropped about some kind of something that was during the shutdown, so I don't know, you might have to defend yourself on that. But you had this wonderful idea. I bet you could write that bill in one page, but let's give you some grace. 10 pages, okay? You could probably do that pretty quick. You probably don't even need staff, but I know you're busy. So get your staff to do it. Get some legal, to oversee it. And do you know that you could actually codify into a bill that $2.1 trillion cut? And do you know what else? You know what else you could do, Joni? Look, free advice. Free advice from not your constituent, but your fellow American. You could drop a bill, and then the speaker could run that through budget reconciliation, and you don't even need that doggone, or the Senate leader. You don't even need doggone 60 votes. How do we know that? Well, because that's what Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi showed us how to do. We didn't even know.
Hey, Quentin, when you get some time to clip one of them videos where he talks about this lady nonstop,
Yeah.
and then at her on the social medias with that.
Oh my
We
gosh,
could even do like a video collage, I think.
that would be something.
Yeah.
I think we should.
I think we
Maybe we
should.
should. Stand by. Maybe we'll put on the Rumbles. All right, yeah. So very interesting turn of events. But Yeah, we'll see this. So now, federal food assistance programs and some health services, again, on people that do depend on these programs and these services that have been all they know because the Democrat Party has made sure that is all they know. And that generations only know that. And that working to some folks is actually working the system. And it's not, it's unfortunate. But anyway, but these food assistant programs and health services like really were, if nothing would have changed, literally were days away, like days away of interruption before the new law was signed. Like that's scary to people. Have you, like, really, guys, have you, like, do you ever remember a time, like, have you ever been hungry? Most of us have not skipped a meal voluntarily. You know what I mean? Maybe we had to for a certain event, but not, we've had access. And, but for the most part, most Americans will say that and truly say it. But there's some folks that literally, guys, that feeling will be there nonstop. That's a hopeless feeling. There's a reason why missionary trips feed the poor. I'm Catholic. But feed the poor before they preach the gospel. How on earth can you hear the word of God clearly if you are physically not able to think of anything but eating? So I don't know if we're that drastic, but it's close if you don't have these benefits and you rely on them. So kudos to the grown-ups in the room. Maybe they really did run out of all the procedure. Maybe Trump did, like, behind the scenes, like, Chuck, seriously, man, I don't have anything else. You know, like something. I don't have anything else. Something, bud. Yeah, it's really going to run out. So I don't know. You know, I don't know all that. We're not privy to those. But in those privy conversations, can someone please tell Chuck Schumer you don't put cheese on burgers when you're grilling them, like when they're raw? Maybe like when they're done, you know, you put on there, yeah, you melt it, you know what I'm saying?
To be fair, he is Jewish. And
they eat raw meat?
No, but they don't typically mix the meats and the cheeses and the dairies, you know. So he was just doing it for show.
So it's even double disingenuous.
Yeah. I mean, if he eats a cheeseburger, he is not a very good Jew.
Really?
Mixing dairy and meat.
Oh, dairy. Cheese. Oh, because yeah. Okay.
Unless it's like that Velveeta non-cheese.
Oh, we might have some Jewish listeners. Y'all can call in.
Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, go on rumble.com. Go on rumble.com and tell me, are we wrong on the rules of the Jewish faith?
Kosherism.
Yeah. Hey, look. We're all grafted in once we accept the call. So, this is the moment, though, my dear friends, where we can, I think, as a community, as a country, you know, give some kudos where kudos is due. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break protocol, okay? I'm going to go to a phone line first before this break. Because this guy's going to bring the heat. Renee, what you got, Renee? Bring the heat, baby.
I want to say that people in Nazi Germany from their regime had to go to court and get punished for what they did against cultural things. You know, and you got the woke people, they want to destroy culture. They want to replace it with insane ideas and insane practices. You know, I found something incredible, a conspiracy. I wonder if it's globalism. You know, I did tell you one time I was a translator in the National Guard from French and German.
Renee!
And, you use dictionaries.
I'm writing books about it.
And,
Renee, you are an interesting character, and I have to not character, interesting gentleman, and you have such wonderful attributes. And so it sounds like you're talking about. Hold on, Renee, hold on. Now that woke stuff, okay, them woke folks. It's almost like they're cultural conquistadors.
Conquistadors is what he's trying to say.
No, I use the QU. Is it really conquistador? What a stupid way to say that word. You mean to tell me? Hold on, Renee, I'm talking. Now listen, I'm joking, Renee. Hold on, though. Hey, look, I'm serious. I grew up with all this Louisiana education. I went to undergraduate. Now, I don't know if I was talking about these people in business and law, but none of my teachers corrected me, and it's conquistador. I'm 42 years old, and I've been saying conquistadors for almost 43 years. Are you serious? It's conquistador?
Bro, you acting like that's the only word you mispronounced.
Renee, I'm so sorry. Please continue. We got about a half a minute.
I found out something. I wonder if it's globalism. When you have a phrase dictionary or a small Cajun dictionary, you can do it without mentioning a nation. But I've got brand new dictionaries I bought. One from a top German book company, and they're gonna have an ink pen. They're gonna have a French person and the adjective, but they won't have the name of France in there. They won't have the name of Germany in there.
Hey, thanks, Renee. We got to hit a little break there. It's all good. That's real chat. Government's open today. Guess that means we're back to pretending they do stuff. All right, let's, just a few minutes. Hey, y'all don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble.com and rebroadcasting on KLFY Plus. Love all you guys. Thank y'all for joining. And I love this special guest that's calling in about a special event. Miss Joyce Lindy. So, guys, we had the Fleur-de-Lis Republican women, I believe, last night. And next week is the Acadiana Republican women. And Miss Joyce is here to talk to us about that. All right, Miss Joyce, what you got, my friend?
Well, it is Acadiana Republican women, but I do say Fleur-de-Lis had a great meeting last night, too, with Don Landry. He's running again for, is it district attorney, I think. I should know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Articulate, and he's so honest and just down to earth, you know, and wants to do the right thing for us and the criminals. But anyway, moving on to Acadiana Republican women, we have a special guest coming, Louisiana's Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungester.
Hey!
He is going to be yes.
Billy!
And there's no better person, yes. There's no better person to
No one gets
represent.
mad at Billy, Joyce. No one.
Nobody does.
Who can be mad at him?
He's a perfect person to represent Louisiana because he has that joie de vivre attitude.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, he likes to eat a little bit, too.
Hey,
you know, good food.
who doesn't?
Gumbo.
I love
and
it.
I mean, every place that he goes, he just represents us. And what is it? The Rose Bowl parade? He goes out
Yes. And
Oh,
here's
my
a little
gosh.
fun fact that the lieutenant governor had told us, I think when he was on the show last time, or one of the times. You have to redo the float every year. You can't run this. Yeah, you can't run the same float. And think about it. They're roses. And
I know.
like, wow, man, that's great. And then the New York thing too, that whatever that one is, the Thanksgiving
I know.
one.
That was a wonderful float up there. I remember that one too. And I have a friend that goes to California and she works on it with him. She's from Jennings. But getting back, so he's going to be our special guest, and it's next Wednesday, November the 19th at 6 p.m. River Oaks Catering and Event Center. You know where that is, on College Saloon.
Absolutely.
So they need to,
Oh,
yes.
Yep.
And they need to call Connie Boyer and her number, 337-288-0568. And if they don't remember that, they can go to our Facebook, Acadiana Republican Women, but they need to make their reservations. It's $30 for members and $35 for non-members. And he just always has a lot to share, you know, and it's very upbeat. So we're looking forward to him. Next Wednesday, 6 o'clock at the River Oaks Catering Center, 288-0568. Make your reservation right now.
Right
Are you
now.
going to come? Are you available?
Miss Joyce, message me on the side because I have to look. It's always on my calendar, but I think I might have something that pops up. Message me on the side, though. We'll be all right. You know I love you.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. All right.
Count me in on
Bye-bye.
sponsoring. Oh, she didn't get that far. Connie got it. Someone got it.
Love Miss Joyce.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys. Hey, look, I couldn't make the meeting last night to the Fleur-de-Lis Republican women. Wonderful meeting last night there at the Petroleum Club. And then you got the Acadiana Republican women over at the River Oaks a week later. Very blessed here in Lafayette Parish and the Acadiana area to have such a strong Republican women presence. And, hey, look, guys, y'all, I wouldn't have got elected without. No, I wouldn't. Man, I don't know if I'd have got a vote without him.
And if you're watching on Rumble and KLFY Plus, I got the info up on the screen there for you.
Oh, good.
All the details on the meeting at
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor next week. Go check them out. Hey, the food's pretty good there, too.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are fancy with those things. All right. Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit more. I want to go on the shutdown just a little bit more. Okay. I'm kudos to all the guys that got this done. Yeah, Miss Joyce just sent me some. There you go. Yeah, kudos to all the guys that got it done. But like, I think the folks are looking at the Democrat Party as a whole, at least the leadership, and saying like, man, y'all created this mess. Y'all believe the shutdown helped politically, and that meant more to you than it did feeding my family. And you're the guys that are saying the other guys are the ones saying that I shouldn't have these benefits, and they're the ones that passed a bill saying I should, and you said for 42 days that I shouldn't, but illegal aliens should. And that's not cool. And I don't think a lot of people, I think people are not as, I know this, most folks aren't ideologues. We all know that. So being used as a political pawn feels icky, and it's hard to trust you, and I think for the first time, the folks that have been being abused by the Democrat Party for decades now, since the 70s at least, I think they're starting to see a few things because they felt it for the first time in their household. And that means something. But when you shut down the government for 6 weeks, I do think that they're going to remember that regular folks lose the most. Kind of sad. All right, let's go to the phone lines. All right, caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Warren.
Hey, Warren. Bear with Quentin. He's learning the numbers. Hey, Warren, what you got?
Well, they're not, these people don't do their job, Josh. There's people that are getting food stamps that are getting almost $1,000 a month, and they should be getting zero, and nobody's checking it. Just like all the money they let everyone steal and left the poor out. These people waste more money. It's outrageous. And all this time they've had, they should have been figuring out how much money is stolen and how much money did they get back. But they don't care because they're fat and happy. They're so fat, those jive turkeys can't fly. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Warren. Hey,
Warren.
all right, just a thought, just a wild thought. And this is coming from a true conservative standpoint, but I'm saying it through a lens that has been in that situation to be able to govern from the bottom up. I've just been very blessed with that, just that opportunity that I get to share with you. Okay. So anyway, let's see if we can meet Democrats where they're at on all these programs. Okay. Let's just see if we can meet them, because it has nothing to do with anything but control and power. Okay. Right now, the model is centralized federal government. The money comes in from all 50 states and territories and all the things, and then the elites, who know everything, disseminate it to get their votes. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, disseminate the benefits. All right. And there's a whole bunch of bureaucracy there, and there's a whole bunch of paychecks there. There's paychecks in the government. There's paychecks out the government. There's fraud, waste, and abuse all up and in and around these, especially food assistance programs. Go ask the USDA. I'm just saying, okay? What if we just, you keep the same money, just don't change anything. But what if all that was governed and regulated and distributed at the parish or county level? You wouldn't have any of the waste, fraud, and abuse you see there. And look, you want to talk about help people, because those guys will hear it and see it. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios.
Oh, Martha Jean wants to know if she can pick that. She gave a little something in your tooth there. Martha Jean wanted to know if she can help with that. She has a hands-free approach, she says.
Martha Jean.
Oh, Martha Jean.
You know, I remember that time she talked about a letter she got, something about from a gym coach. You remember?
Is that the one she met at the Delcom Shrimp Festival?
Yes, I know. And I was like, well, no, at first I was like, Martha Jean, it's like a high school, because, Martha Jean raised in the Ozarks, very, very small community before she moved to Livingston. And I was like, hey, yeah, it's cool. You keeping up? No, it was the dude that she met
at the Shrimp Festival,
who was hanging out with all of our friends. You know, the guy that goes to the festival and the Daisy Dukes and the cowboy hat.
You know it.
Yeah, like that's up with, I was like, okay.
I thought they dated for a bit, but Martha Jean's dated everybody.
But Martha Jean calls running into someone at Circle K dating.
But she runs into him with her crotch is the problem.
Boy.
She goes in chest first.
Anyway, moving on.
Let's talk about Bill Maher.
Yeah, Bill Maher. Hey, man, Bill Maher is okay in my book. We disagree on a lot of philosophy, and he's a guy that is truly a liberal, and he believes that the government should get involved and legislate certain things of ethical and morality. That's okay to believe that. And hey, we're not, a true conservative would say, we're not saying that philosophy is necessarily bad. The village of Maurice may want to do that kind of stuff. And if their folks voted in, great. A conservative would say, all right, and if I want to live there, I will. But it's so much easier to leave the village and go to another city or town or village than it is to leave a state, than it is to leave a country. You see? But Bill Maher is a true liberal with operating in good faith that speaks truth through comedy, maybe in ways that we would disagree with at times, or someone would disagree with it, but I can respect a man who has conviction. And I can respect a man who is okay with sitting with the other side and talking. And if you watch his show, he's got plenty of Republicans that come on. He gives them a fair shake. They disagree like gentlemen or ladies and gentlemen. They shake hands, and they don't act the you-know-what.
Like The View.
Quite opposite. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That is two different approaches right there. Yeah. You see? Grown-ups, and then I'm not saying they're not grown-up. They just don't always act that way.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel could sure take a page out of Bill Maher's book. Like, Bill Maher was never under threat of being canceled. He was never under threat of losing his job because guess what? He is open-minded. Go figure.
Yes, exactly. So
I bet Norm is open-minded.
Is that who it is? All right, Norm from Poche Bridge. All right, let's go to Norm. Hey, Norm, what you got, man?
Well, I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking when somebody says Democratic Party, that's not a lie, a damn lie.
Oh.
In 1967, when I was 21 years old, I registered to vote. In St. Martin Parish in those days, you had three. Democrat won, New Faction, Old Faction, or Logan Panoon. That's it. That was it.
Right.
And Jamie knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie's family was pushing it.
T-Knock and Papa.
Well, the old people used to say, Go ahead, Jamie.
T-Knock and T-Jun, you got to go vote for them.
That's right. Well, here's the deal. Time passes. The Democratic Party that I registered for, in fact, they went so far away from me, I left them.
Yeah.
It has no relationship whatsoever to the Democratic Party of days gone by. The current Democratic Party should be registered or called either socialist or communist because that's where they are.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
100% correct. That's
Yes.
Not most Democrats, but all of the Democrat leadership. I don't know one Democrat.
There you go.
In Norm, where the leaders go, that's where the party goes. It's just the nature of the beast.
Well,
but what leaders?
They used to call that a hijack, huh?
Boy, you ain't kidding.
Exactly right.
Norm. Yes, I love it. Thanks, Norm. I always love all our call. I love all our callers. All right.
He's so right, though, because, one, they have no leadership. And in the absence of leadership, you get your AOCs, you get your Bernie Sanders, you get your Mom Donnies. There you go.
Yeah, I think Mom Donnie has the strongest platform right now. Not, really, because he's in the executive branch. So right now. Now let's see what he does with it. Campaigning and governing are two different things. We in Louisiana, our folks are mostly conservative, regardless of what they're registered. But we elect folks that we think would get conservative things done, and we're getting anything but. So we understand, because those guys were good campaigners, but maybe not so good at governing. So the folks in New York City, you had fun at your nightclub, saw Mondani on the DJ thing, got 2 turntables and a microphone player, like that kind of stuff. Great. Now you're going to see if he can govern. And if he delivers, as a conservative, I say, New York City, you go do your thing. And if he doesn't succeed, then I say, okay, New York City, please learn your lesson. Government is not the answer. They can't pay your rent. They can't pay your basic needs. It's not sustainable. All the people that pay into it will leave, and that's what's about to happen. All right, guys, stick around. Hour number 2, right around the corner. And I can't wait. Don't go anywhere. Mm-mm.
989 a nickel and a dime. A minor traffic accident at Hugh Wallace Road and Collie Saloon. Another car accident at Settlers Trace, the 600 block. A traffic accident West Willow at Evangeline and East Pinhook Road at Pinhook. A stalled vehicle West Willow at West Path. This hour of traffic brought to you by Glenn's Towing and Recovery, 989-0510, 989 a nickel and a dime. Stay tuned for hour 2 of the Josh Guillory Show up next.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. Oh, man, I remain your grateful host. In studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Here I am, and I have got to read this chat from the Rumble.
Well,
from
hold
Dexter's.
on now. Let me tell the folks.
Oh, yeah.
Go see us at Rumble. Rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. That's South Louisiana for our friends outside this great state. And shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. All right. Yes, I don't have my contacts in. It's real close. Read me these chats. I was able to read, I think that's real chat.
Yeah, that's real chat. Says, Martha Jean says she started a new workout. I asked how it's going. She said, baby, I don't know what kind of workout this is, but every time I bend down, something claps, and it ain't my hands.
I don't know. It must be a little elf or something. I don't know. Boy.
Man.
Yeah. Do y'all have any friends in the FCC? Can y'all give us a good word?
Hey, I didn't say nothing terrible.
All right. So, let's switch gears here a little bit, guys. Border crossings. Let's talk about, we haven't talked about the border in so long. Let's talk about the border. All right. So Fox News has a good article out reporting that President Trump has secured the southern border. Again. Again. But the next phase moves inside our country. I think that's a fantastic move. I always give the leak in the P-row analysis. If you got a leak in the P-row, what's the first thing you do? You plug up the doggone hole. Well, you're going to still have water. So the second thing you do is you bail the water out. Fantastic. You had to secure us first. You had to get us safe. Good. Good job, Mr. President. So illegal crossings have basically collapsed. Deportations have surged past 500,000. Like they're not playing. All right. And more than 1 million additional illegal aliens have left on their own since January of this year. That's not even a full year. Voluntarily. So you're thinking 1.5 million plus. Okay, that's a lot. Now, with the border closed, the administration is now shifting to where it should be, sanctuary cities, looking at activist networks, looking at left-wing or any group that's attempting to shield criminal aliens and undermine enforcement. So, a few little facts to remember. DHS, they say over 500,000 illegal aliens have been deported since Trump took office. That's a lot. It's actually it's expected to exceed 600,000 by the end of the year. Researchers, whoever that may be, but Fox News said it. But I have seen this number before. They estimate more than 1 million illegal aliens have self-deported since January. I think it might be higher. But I'll go with the lower number to play it safe. But I have seen higher numbers than 1 million. Not saying it's credible. Everybody make their own decision, of course. We report you decide. Can I say that? Or is it like copyright or something? We report you decide, says Fox News.
There you go.
There we go. Good.
No spin zone.
Yay.
Ooh,
you got you over there.
You dog choking over here.
All right. So ICE reports 485,000 arrests this year, and 70% of those arrested have been charged with or convicted of a U.S. crime. Let me say it differently. 7 out of 10 times when the illegal alien comes in here and commits a crime, they get picked up again. That's what this says. I mean, based on this, that's what that would say. So I'm basing on that. 70% of 485,000. That is about 484,500 more people than a statewide poll would give you. And we treat those pretty accurately, whatever weight you want to give them. So I say it's a pretty good sample size to accurately say before Trump got in, is if I'm sickened. Sickeningly, is that a word? Can it be?
Sickeningly?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sickening.
Can you add two suffixes?
We would just have to probably skip that.
All the English teachers are like, dude, stop.
Norm.
In my defense, I'm a lawyer, and we cannot write grammatically correct.
Norm, ask the missus if she would.
And see, hey, here's no. I'm not. Grammatically, I take that back. I am an anal you-know-what about grammar, and these guys know that.
Are.
So
Oxford Common.
Yeah, I am. I am like totally anal about grammar, but I will butcher a word. Thank God for spell check. I'm serious. When Word Perfect came out with that little squiggly line stuff, woo, game changer.
Too bad I can't help you pronounce.
Yeah, I know. I'm serious. No joke. Hey, can we make a Word Perfect where I can just, just automatic?
Just ask Alexa
I know.
or Siri.
Yeah, you put Alexa in my office. That was great.
We just set everyone's devices off. You're welcome.
Alexa, tune into the Josh Guillory show on rumble.com. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. So anyway, back to this. So the left is shifting from claiming mass migration is unstoppable. Remember, that's what no matter what you do, you can't stop it.
Right? Like build the wall.
Build a wall and patrol it because as military folks, we know any obstacle is not an obstacle unless it's under observation. So, you got to build it and you got to observe it. Got it. And look, man, this is not hard. I don't know why it's hard. It's not hard. But anyway, these guys, wokesters, the woke guys, see, I'm not lumping all Democrats in, but the woke guys that lead your party, they're shifting, claiming that you can't stop it no matter what you do. To prevent removals of binary illegal aliens already inside the country, doggone it. I mean, you have to shift that because Trump took the battlefield to them. And what's sad is this is even a battlefield. How many Democrats in office right now or who just retired or who just got out of office, how many of them are on the record on C-SPAN and all these other videos saying how illegal immigration is the problem and that we should do something about it? We should enforce the laws on the books. We don't need more laws. They shifted from that too. What happened? Well, you knew you lost that wouldn't give you power. You would lose power, so you found other victims to prey on. Hispanics and Latinos being one. It's true. It's true. You know, I was thinking about that as far as Republicans and Republican leadership. Today we're in a better position. We've opened the door, conservatives, and I think all the generations working together, okay? For once in a long time, just bringing ideas, okay? But I'll finish that thought. I see we're coming to a break. I don't want to stress you out. Let me finish that thought when we get back, all right? I don't want to rush this thought. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there, rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can see us live. You can also see old podcast. Shout out to KLFY Plus viewing audience. All right. So what I was saying before the break about our party, my party, the Republican Party. And I guess I'm in the conservative wing of the. I just think I'm identify with most Americans. I mean, I think most Americans understand that you should trust family over government. You should trust, and if you had to trust government, I think most people want the guy and gal they see in the grocery store making most of the decisions that impact their lives. I think that most people understand that. And whatever philosophy on the local level gets you there, more power to you. Because if it doesn't work, your behind will be out of office very soon, okay? Most of the time. I mean, most of the time. There's some trickery sometimes where people are deceived, but that the truth usually comes out. So anyway, but the Republican Party as a whole, let's kind of talk about this. Just some thoughts. And we're going to open up the phone lines after this. So remember, a little history, Democrat Party of slavery. You can't deny that. I mean, the Republican Party was literally designed out of abolition, the abolitionist movement, all right? So Abraham Lincoln, first president, first Republican president, issues the Emancipation Proclamation, fights for the 13th Amendment, gets shot, killed. We know that. Republicans pushed the 13th Amendment. Republicans then see the Democrat Party being a little clever and saying, you know what? Yeah, pass your 13th Amendment all you want. They won't have any power. Look, you got to own property. You got to be able to read. You got to do all this other stuff. That was the Democrat Party. The Republican Party pushed back all the way to create the 14th Amendment. What a wonderful amendment. The rights that we enjoy, the protection, rights to, because of the incorporation doctrine, but we won't go into that. And not all the rights have been done. I'll leave that for a different day. But the due process clause of the 14th Amendment alone, the equal protection clause of the 14th Amendment. And let's go a little step further that has an economic impact, and that's the privileges and immunities clause of the 14th Amendment, something we don't talk about a lot, which I think if you want to fix health insurance in this country, I think we should invoke the privileges and immunities clause more. If only a lawyer would file suit wait, I'm a lawyer.
Do it.
I should.
Sue them.
I should.
Sue their pants off.
I should. But anyway, that's what we should argue, privilege and immunities clause. That would help. I mean, why can't? Like, okay, if you want to drive, like you can get the same goods in Mississippi if you're in Louisiana. You're not, or you can, your job requirements won't be different if you're a Louisiana citizen in Mississippi, or your benefits won't be different. Or for the most part, there's exceptions. It's usually health and welfare, okay? And that's the only exceptions I can think of. But regardless, why doesn't someone argue that? And why is it we have these 50 plus independent realms of a kingdom? You know, it's crazy. It seems like there's a deal or something made. I don't know. But we always lose in that. Let's go back to my thoughts on the GOP. All right, so we move forward. We're pushing the 14th Amendment. Then we push the 15th Amendment to ensure that newly freed slaves had voting rights. And then something starts to happen. Reconstruction starts to loosen up, and Democrats start getting more power. Remember, this was still where states controlled. We were still a true republic, a democratic republic. All right. So who had the power? The states, and those states were run by Democrats in the South, and they kept the black man and woman down. All right. They did. Fought Jim Crow laws. All right. Now push forward. Women want to vote. Sure. Some states let them. Most states didn't. So who was pushing for women's suffrage? I'll tell you who wasn't. The Democrat Party. It was the Republican Party pushing all that. And all the way up to Ike Eisenhower. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, I don't think it happens without Ike. Ike was the one that enforced Brown versus the Board of Education. Unanimous vote. All justices signed. I think that's the only time they've signed unanimously. Signed the opinion. It's not the first unanimous. But then you fast forward. So something happened between the 60s and to 2000. All right? And I'll tell you what happened. The Dixiecrats, the racist part of the Democrat Party, lost a home and found another one. That is the truth. And they had influence. And the Republican Party, with conservative values, slammed the door on two demographics: the Hispanic vote and the African American vote. Just slammed the door on them. And that is why the Democrat Party had enjoyed 97% commitment at some points of a whole voting block. And that's what happens when you slam the door on them. But then you fast forward. Now, George W. Bush and Herbert Walker Bush, but really George W. Bush, and even Jeb, maybe Jeb a lot. For whatever you believe about these guys, they opened the door to the Hispanic voter. They recognize, one's married to a lady that's Hispanic, and they recognized, just like I did when I became the mayor president and proactively went out into the community and learned, man, the Hispanic community is extremely conservative. Pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-family, a healthy distrust of government. Wonderful. Personal responsibility, take care of you and your own. And the Bushes, to a large degree, at least exposed our party to people that were told you don't belong here. And now we have Donald J. Trump. And to my Democrats friends, you say what you want. That man has opened the door to the African American voter, to the Republican Party. He's actually delivered on things that have an impact on them. And this sanctuary city approach he's about to take will help a large part of the African American community, of the Hispanic American community, of the white, black, yellow, green, red, whatever else. It'll help us all because it'll help fight crime at minimum. You can't deny the trend in the African American vote. You can't deny the trend specifically in the African American male vote. You can't ignore the fact of the Hispanic vote coming more and more to the Republican Party, or at least expanding. So that's my thoughts on all this, and I think it's going to take it's going to take a minute or two to really do that. But that's what happens when we just talk about ideas and then act on those ideas. Like Joni, I love you, buddy. Nice lady. Please just file the bill. Act on the good idea. Good ideas in a room, good ideas between your ears, they don't do nothing. The world is full of good ideas. I mean, the good idea fairy is always employed. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But if Senator Ernst does not drop that doggone bill, then she is going to fall victim to the good idea fairy. And the good idea fairy, I'm telling you, cute little thing, but it's about this tall. You can't really see until she's right up to you. It's hit me a few times. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have my glasses on.
Sadly,
it's you had to put out the fires.
A few of them.
We should do this.
Oh, let's not.
Man, all right, Quentin, let's take an early little break. Hey, guys, when we get back, we're going to open up the phone lines, and I can't wait to hear you. 232-1542-844-766-6607. Mr. Bobby is first. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. welcome back.
So abrupt.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the, well, you know what? Almost. But we're broadcasting live from the Cape Bell Studios here in Lafayette,
Say hi,
Louisiana. That ain't right.
Say hi.
That ain't right. You're doing a great job.
Doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
You're doing a great. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hey, you gotta give him a hard time, man.
All right, go check us out at rumble.com, the Josh Guillory Show. Favorite part of the whole show, the phone lines, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Let's go to Mr. Bobby. Mr. Bobby, what you got today?
Yeah, I thought your most famous part of your show was your paycheck.
Hey, I'm working on it.
Yeah, my daddy used to say a long time ago, your paycheck is based on how big of a problem you solve. The difference in the garbage man and the orthopedic surgeon.
You know, I never really thought of analyzing the value of pay quite like that, but your father was very wise. That's a good way of putting it, quite frankly.
Yeah, he was. Anyway, you were right about the Bushes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And you know what? I know plenty of blacks that voted for Bush the first time and the second time. But you know, voted for Trump. You know, Trump also said he hates wars. But you know what else he hates? Poverty.
Who's that, Trump?
Yeah, Trump hates poverty.
I agree.
But we don't have poverty here.
Anyway, I explained myself.
I know. I was just giving you a hard time.
No, Mr. Bobby, you're totally right, and you're talking about a guy that truly has compassion. I mean, look at his position on tariffs. Who benefits the most? Yeah, the guys that are in charge, sure, but they sure as heck put a risk to it as well. But who's benefited the most? The American worker. And who's the American worker? The regular guy, Joe Public.
Yeah. This is the best country to live in. We all know that because we've been out of this country and then other countries.
Bingo.
We got a few snags, but we'll get it straightened up.
And that's why I said my comment about poverty, but I could have explained it better. I could have used different wording. All right. Thanks, Mr. Bobby. We had to do our therapy real quick. All right. All right, let's go to whichever one you press. Renee. What's up, Renee?
Yeah, my point I was making is that the cultural terrorism, because I have older books that shows all these items, and you changing the newer books, the cultural terrorism, you know, they're too scared to mess with the Muslims because the Muslims will plainly blow them up, but they will mess with everybody else, commit cultural terrorism. In World War II, we sent people to jail, and we executed people for that. So, you know, these people need to be stopped. They need to be stopped. They're not going to stop. They will blame Trump. They will continue to attack us. They need to be stopped somehow.
Thanks, Renee. I appreciate that. Hey, I think I'll tell the folks about me a little bit about myself. But you know what I've been thinking?
Tell me.
Like with the conquistador.
You said it right.
No joke. Listen to me. I got so many thoughts on this, and I have to give my teachers a pass here. I got to give grace. Let me tell you something. When I was growing up, I was a little hellion.
With a brimless cap.
I did not have one.
And some jacked up teeth.
I did have jacked up teeth until my braces. And thank you to my parents for doing that for me.
I'm just trying to give them the
But I was focused on football and chasing girls. All right? And I really self-taught myself. I'm not joking. And even in college, so the way that I learn, everybody learns differently, and this is why I'm saying this hopefully to help people. Everybody learns a certain way. Yeah, there's typical commonalities, but it's important that you know how you learn best. And for whatever reason, I'm very isolated, I'm very introverted. And I really, even law school, I did not go to a bar prep class. I taught myself. I did not go to a bar prep class. And I fortunately passed the bar the first time, but it's truly, so I could envision, I could, as young Josh saying, well, QU says qua.
I had to teach myself how to do the radio that one time, and it was hard.
I also taught myself how to tie a tie, and I don't know how to tie a tie any other way, and I have no clue if I'm doing it.
I can show you. I can teach you.
It took
me a hot minute.
Me too.
I'm just saying, little tidbits.
Yeah.
Little tidbits. I just roll with it.
The more you know.
That's
you
right.
just get to learn about the folks.
Yeah. All right, let's learn about this guy some more. Warren, what up, Warren? Bring the heat, baby.
Well, those Democrats, man, the stuff they're getting away with is outrageous. Like Renee's talking about this communism and all this stuff that's going on in our government. We need to get rid of it. Back in the war, they didn't put up with the kind of stuff that's going on now. The people that are instigating and causing, and you had a guest yesterday. He was apparently a veteran, and I like the way he talked about it. People going to bring violence to you. They come in with violence. You need to bring the violence back to them. And it's, time to turn the other cheek is over with. It's time to get after it. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Warren. All right. We ain't advocating no violence, but I understand the passion. But, in those circumstances, speaking as someone who has absolutely lost his mind over things, okay? We could keep it simple. We all profess our worship of one true God and his son, his only son, Jesus Christ. And, he gives a good example and on what to do and what I fail at quite often. But, I don't think he would take that approach. Just a hunch. Think it would change it. So make our points. But the whole point is we got to do more like these Turning Point guys we're doing. I don't know what they're doing right now. I full candor some of this stuff. I don't know. Okay. I don't know how much of it's show. I don't know how much is genuine. Some of these causes like BLM can hijack people's emotions. I'm not there to say that. Okay. Because I have no clue. But some of it kind of gives me that, So I hope it doesn't turn into that, and I hope we stay true to the course where it's a grassroots thing. I'm glad we had the celebrities go and talk and do all the things, but that's not how it's not necessarily raw. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's going to stay the same at all, and
Well, it's okay.
I don't think
That's okay.
it will go on without Charlie there in the same way that it should have. And I do think that there are people that are going to try to turn it into something that is not what Charlie Kirk intended it to be. But again, just my.
But fortunately for us, most, if not all, of his debates were captured on video. And the spirit in which he encaptures in his debates with civility, with professionalism, with kindness, with compassion, but with strongness and with understanding truth and just saying truth. That's, I guess, once you see it and you grasp it, it's almost impossible for it not to be easy. I don't understand, but you got to see it and you got to be willing to fight for it. And I guess that does make some folks uncomfortable. I don't know. I never understood it, but whatever. All right, let's go to Mr. Bobby. Yeah. Oh, you give him a round two. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Mr. Bobby, I'm on your side.
What Warren is saying in a diplomatic way is that if you don't do anything about evil, you have to do something about it. Whether God steps up or man steps up. Just look at the evil you saw in Iraq, what they do to women and kids.
Yeah.
If most of the people in this country saw that, well,
I know. Well, Mr. Bobbitt, no, I'm with you on that. But we're mixing two worlds. We're mixing spiritual worlds and earthly things. Right. Okay. And and that's just a byproduct of evil. All those things in Iraq, all those things in Vietnam, all those things, that we see, that's a byproduct of evil. And, in the spiritual war, we're not God. So he's gonna fight that. But one thing we can know is we know what God wouldn't do, and we know that what God doesn't want, and the tools in which we use need to be godly in order for us to be godly. And I'm talking to you as a man that fails miserably, constantly. So just saying. I was about to ask him a question. Wow. It's okay. Hey, thanks, Mr. Bobby. I appreciate you. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Who, me?
That's you, yes.
Hey, this is Jared, and I'm calling from Midland, Texas.
Oh, hey, all right, Jared. Okay, Jared, talk to us, baby. What you got?
The man called about the violence. I ain't saying we cool with violence, but what I am saying is that the Bible says an eye for an eye. what, we supposed to wait till they come get the eye before we take their eye? Or I-5 means, hey, if you know they come and get your eye, take the eye.
Take the eye.
Well,
How would
those are
that
two.
go?
Great. Hey, Jared, great statement. Great statement. And a lot of people are echoing those exact words, those exact sentiments. And we can embrace the sentiment, without acting on it. But I got a lot of thoughts on that. Jared, great call. I'm gonna address that when I get back. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Go check us out, the Josh Guillory Show. Also on KLFY Plus. We certainly appreciate you guys. Yeah, this whole, the left, the Turning Point USA, couple days ago, earlier this week with the violence. You see this on the college campuses. You see this on the streets. I get it. The whole eye for an eye thing. I get it. But let's piggyback on that. All right? So if we stop just there, our journey is not all the way there. We're in the Old Testament, and that is very important. And not that those laws are less important. And please go talk to a theologian or a priest or a pastor, because I'm not that. I'm just a lay person that's I'm just a beggar trying to find his way, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I don't want your religious advice. I'm over here asking you how come the pharaohs are doing this and that.
I love it.
Oh, I'm getting heavy into it, man. It's interesting.
So long story short, fast forward, the Gospels kind of change things. The epistles kind of change, add on to it. So go look at what Jesus says about that. Well, Moses, I'm paraphrasing, that law said this, but I'm telling you, do this plus, that kind of stuff. The whole turn the cheek thing is important. But that doesn't mean the second part of that last caller's call in Midland, Texas.
Martha Jean just said.
Well, it's all right. So the second part is basically he alluded to, well, what if it's imminent? What if it's imminent? Well, that's different. Like if the violence is coming at you, that's a whole other set of laws that you have protections on. Well, in most states, I don't know about California, you might not have those protections. I don't know. Doubt it. It might be a little harder. But but guys, I ain't judging. The feeling is normal. The feeling is natural. But to everyone listening, notice the difference between the two. There are differences between the two sides. The right is not doing all that violence. The left is actively doing it. And the leaders in that party are so scared to upset them that they're basically condoning it. They are so weak as leaders. Or maybe they're strong as, I should be quiet on that, because they probably are very strong. A lot of people follow them. So they're very strong leaders, but their ways of accomplishing their goal does not help the common good. And that is not good. So I think that's where a lot of Democrats are finding themselves. They're looking at this party and they're saying, man, where are you going? Where are you taking us? When you go on the fiscal side, you're out of control. Now, Republicans, you've been out of control too on the fiscal side, but it seems like we've had some wins lately, and I like that. So I appreciate that. Joni Ernst. Oh, boy. In case the folks didn't know. But, leaders in both sides have to make choices, and the folks that follow them are gonna see the consequences of that. That's my take on that.
That's a good one.
So, hey, if Bill Maher does give his, so we didn't really finish that story. So Bill Maher is requesting a second White House visit, and he said basically, like, to continue the dialogue. There's some more things. We're running out. We don't have too much time to cover it in detail, but he said he'd like another White House visit, and he said, yeah, exactly. And he said that after his first one, that his Democrat friends isolated him, and that he was shunned in social crowds, and that's difference. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the only one I could think of that might be like that is Bill Cassidy, but he's still being invited to all the. No, really. I mean, because the party censored him. That's why I'm saying that. So, but he's still even someone that has been censored by the state party is still allowed to participate in party events, and that should say something.
He did nominate Trump for the Nobel Prize. Too little, too late, Bill.
Man, please don't say anything bad about me. I think that's what that was for. I promise I'll nominate you. Don't say anything bad about me. I'm surprised. Why is it? I guess Trump's waiting for whoever wins the runoff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. There's still plenty of time.
There's still plenty of time. Yeah, a lot of folks. And I'm so sorry I couldn't read I literally physically couldn't see and read your chat. But I got glimpses of it, and it was talking about some of the candidates that were maybe coming in. I don't know. I know we're running out of time here, but maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a great show, man. Friday, we're gonna have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, great 2 hours of the day, guys. Be careful out there. May God bless you.